welcome you all to this biology session on respiration topic. In the life process unit, last class, the first stage of respiration details you have studied. That is external respiration you have studied. Respiration, is the process of acquiring oxygen from outside the body, using it to break down food in the cellular level. In the definition, what are you seeing? First part you are seeing the external respiration, second part you are seeing the internal respiration, isn't it? It is process of acquiring oxygen from outside the body, external respiration it is related. Using it to break down food in the cellular level is related to the internal respirations stage. External respiration details you know now. So let's now refer to the internal respiration stages. During external respiration, oxygen is fixed in the hemoglobin present inside the red blood cells. Then it is transported to all the parts of the body through the blood and made available to the cells. On the other hand, one of the end product of nutrition, carbohydrates end product, that is glucose, is also transported through the blood plasma and made available to all the cells. Right? So now in the cells, glucose is also present, oxygen is also made available. Now, how glucose is subjected for combustion to release energy? Let's refer. In all the eukaryotic cells, eukaryotic in the sense organisms with the well-organized nucleus, which is consisting the powerhouse of the cell also in the cytoplasm, mitochondria. What happens to the glucose is the oxygen present in the cell used in burning the glucose. Okay, so glucose combines with oxygen in the mitochondria, subjected for combustion to release energy, and along with that carbon dioxide and water are produced as byproducts. So produced energy during the cellular respiration is used in the cytoplasm to make another molecule called adenosine triphosphate, also called ATP. What is it? ATP or adenosine triphosphate. As the name itself indicates, it's a nucleotide. Adenosine is a nitrogen base. Adenine nucleotide is present in that, so the term adenosine. Triphosphate means it is consisting 3 phosphate groups. So ATP is a fuel or energy currency used for all the cellular activities. Molecular unit of currency it is referred. So in the cell cytoplasm, how ATP is formed, let us see. In the cytoplasm, there will be ADP, adenosine diphosphate. So this ADP gets linked with another phosphate unit, utilizing the energy released during cellular respiration to form ATP. Okay? ADP gets linked with phosphate using the energy to form another form of energy called ATP. So produced ATP is used to drive all the cellular reactions. It is the energy which is used in getting all the reactions done in the cell. Now ATP is having a terminal phosphate. Okay, ADP linked with phosphate is ATP, right? So this terminal phosphate is broken down using water. When this terminal phosphate linked with the ADP is broken down, energy equivalent to 30.5 kilojoules is released. Okay, So when one molecule of ATP is subjected for breaking, how much of energy it is producing? 30.5 kilojoules of energy. Water is used in the reaction to break down that phosphate linkage. On the other hand, one molecule of glucose C6H12O6, how much of energy it is producing? In aerobic respiration, 38 molecules of ATP are formed. Okay, one molecule of glucose is producing 38 ATP molecules when it is subjected for combustion aerobically, whereas one ATP molecule is producing 30.5 kilojoules of energy. So now find out, one molecule of glucose is producing how much of energy? 38 into 30.5. Now let's see the uses of ATP. The functions of ATP is, it is meeting all the energy requirement of the cellular activities like contraction of muscles, protein synthesis, transport that occur in the cells. Okay, what is this? Let's see. Muscles, they are responsible for all kinds of movements, whether it is voluntary, involuntary, all kinds of movement. Muscles are responsible and they move by contraction and relaxation. So for this contraction of muscles, ATP is used. What is ATP? Energy it is. Okay, it is the fuel or currency of the cell. Next, protein synthesis. Proteins are formed by amino acids. Amino acids are present in the cytoplasm. They group together to form proteins. Enzymes are also proteins. So in the formation of these proteins, ATP is used. Then transport. Various types of signals are produced in the nerve cells from one part of the body to another. These signals has to be transported. So in conduction of these nerve impulses, ATP is used. Next, let us see the three various pathway of breakdown of glucose. Okay, glucose is the energy food. You know now, carbohydrates are the energy food. Glucose is subjected for combustion in three different ways in different organisms. Glucose gets combusted in three different ways in different organisms. How is it held? Let's refer now. Okay, the combustion of glucose occur in two stages. First stage, 6 carbon molecule glucose is converted into a 3 carbon molecule pyruvate. Okay, first stage, what is happening? Glucose is subjected for combustion to produce 3 carbon molecule called pyruvate, and energy is also produced. Whereas in the second stage, there occurs difference. 3 pathways are there. One is as seen in the yeast cells, other is as seen in the human muscle cells, and the third is as seen in the eukaryotic cells, that is in the mitochondria of our cells. First one is in yeast cells. In the yeast cells, pyruvate molecule is subjected for combustion in the absence of oxygen to form an alcohol called ethanol, C2H5OH, carbon dioxide and energy. Okay, pyruvate, a 3 carbon molecule, is subjected for combustion in the absence of oxygen in yeast to form ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. Here energy produced will be less. It is only 2 molecules of ATP. Whereas in the second pathway, in the human muscle cells, it is not always, only during lack of oxygen. When there is lack of oxygen in our muscle cells, pyruvate molecule is subjected for combustion to form lactic acid and energy. Here also little amount of energy is formed, and it is 2 molecules of ATP. Many times it is causing problems in our muscles, because whenever there is a lack of oxygen, type of respiration occurring in our muscle cell is this kind, anaerobic respiration. Here what is produced? Lactic acid. So lactic acid build up in our muscle cells is causing problem. It is muscle fatigue is caused, which is leading to muscle cramps. Many times when we are doing heavy exercises continuously, this problem we experience. The third pathway is the one which is taking place in all the eukaryotic cells, that is the mitochondria of the cells in the presence of oxygen. Please see the difference. First pathway, absence of oxygen. Second pathway in our muscle cells sometimes during lack of oxygen. Now is the type of respiration here is using the free oxygen, presence of oxygen in the mitochondria. You know, mitochondria are the powerhouses. Just like the power stations, which are producing different types of energy, mitochondria is our powerhouse. In every cell of our body there are mitochondria. Here food is oxidized to release energy. What is produced here in this pathway is carbon dioxide, water and energy. And the amount of energy produced will be high in this type. 38 molecules of ATP are produced when one glucose molecule is subjected for combustion. In the yeast, when one molecule of glucose is subjected for combustion, 2 ATP molecules are formed. In our muscle cells, when anaerobic respiration is held, lack of oxygen, when glucose is subjected for combustion, again 2 molecules of ATP are formed. Whereas here in the aerobic type, in mitochondria, when one glucose molecule is subjected for combustion, 38 molecules of ATP are formed. So what you are seeing here in this 3 pathway is we are finding 2 major types of respiration. Okay, one is free oxygen is used in combustion, another is free oxygen is not used in combustion. So thus 2 major types of respiration are aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Let's now see the major differences. As the name itself indicates, aerobic respiration is the type of respiration where breakdown of glucose occur in the presence of oxygen. Okay, oxygen, that is the air. Aerobic respiration is the type of respiration where breakdown of glucose occur in the presence of oxygen. Whereas anaerobic respiration is the type of respiration where breakdown of glucose occur in the absence of oxygen. You have to note here, in the beginning we have learnt that respiration is just like burning. For burning, oxygen is very essential. So now how is it held? Absence of oxygen means how is burning held here? Can anybody guess? Yes, it is the oxygen which is present within the molecule is used here. Okay, glucose itself is having oxygen now, C6H12O6. So that oxygen itself is used and food is oxidized. Second difference is, in aerobic respiration, combustion is complete. Whereas in anaerobic respiration, combustion is incomplete. Food is completely oxidized here in aerobic, whereas in anaerobic, incompletely oxidized. Third difference is in aerobic respiration, more energy is released. Okay? Whereas in anaerobic respiration, less energy is released. That you have studied already. When one molecule of glucose is subjected for combustion, aerobically 38 ATP molecules are formed. Anaerobically, when it is subjected for combustion, only 2 ATP molecules are formed. You can see the difference. So big difference we are seeing. Next difference is aerobic respiration occurs in the cytoplasm as well as mitochondria of the cells, whereas anaerobic respiration occur only in the cytoplasm of the cell. Next difference is aerobic respiration seen in all the higher plants and animals, especially the eukaryotic cells, whereas anaerobic respiration is seen in prokaryotic cells like yeast and some bacteria. Then even in muscle cells also, exceptionally it is. Muscle cells also, in the lack of oxygen, anaerobic respiration is held, that you know. And another difference is in aerobic respiration, along with energy, carbon dioxide and water are produced, whereas in anaerobic respiration, along with energy, alcohol is liberated as a byproduct. And in muscle cells, you know, lactic acid is a byproduct along with energy. So these are the differences between the two major types of respiration. So now it is very clear to you, respiration are of two major types, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. In our respiration, two stages are there, external respiration and internal respiration. In external respiration, there are two steps, inspiration and expiration. And even in the breakdown of glucose, we are seeing two stages. One is in the first stage, glucose is subjected for combustion to produce three carbon molecule called pyruvate, whereas next stage, pyruvate is further subjected for combustion to produce energy and other byproducts. So learn the major concepts of respiration, the diagram of human respiratory system, the breakdown of glucose, the three pathway, difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration, how is the ATP molecule formed in the cell, what are the functions of ATP, what is ATP, all these concepts you have to understand and learn. Read the textbook. Any doubts if there, don't hesitate to ask me. Let's meet in the next session. Thank you, children. Take good care of yourselves.